everyone, welcome to our meeting. Today we have the shipping specialist team again with us today. We're going to be doing a part 2 of our first shipping specialist meeting back in June. Today we have Maya and we also have Meredith, who's taking down names for everyone who's joining us this afternoon. Thank you all for being here. We know that you guys are busy and everyone's got, things going on, but we do appreciate you joining us this evening. We want to thank everyone for making the time. And we also know, that we were calling everyone just about a few minutes ago, just trying to get everyone to join us on today's meeting. We're going to start doing that. We want to make sure that all of our BTOs are involved on our meeting. We definitely want everyone to be part, of this meeting. We're doing them every month. Like we've been saying, we always do it around the middle of the month, and we do them always at 6 p.m. So if you can join us, please always make the time. We send emails out with the link. We also, started calling and doing reminders that way. We're going to go ahead and start doing some reminders. We're going to go ahead and start with that. So PDP Trucking is here to stay. Like we've been saying, we are here for you guys. We are here to serve you. We believe and we strongly believe on our model, which is self-dispatch owner-operators. We want you to know that that's something that we feel that will obviously, make our company strong, but will benefit you guys as well. We're all about letting you guys run your own business within our company, allowing you to make the decisions on where you go, how you run, what kind of loads you put in your trailer, and, you also decide when you get to go home. So that's really important for us, giving you that opportunity, giving you that freedom. It's one of the things that we strongly believe on. And so, like I said, PDP is definitely here to stay. Right here on my screen, I have the referral bonus. We want you guys to know that you get $500 for referring a BTO. You get $250 on the first 60 days, and then you get the other $250 on the 90 days. This is all paid out to you on the dashboard. So if you want to go ahead and refer a owner operator, just make sure that it's a good owner op. We definitely want owner operators that are on the mindset of being, company owners, of being their own boss, and having the mentality of being able to self-police. No crazy people, please. We always say that, but we really mean it. We do want good owner ops in the fleet. We want to make sure that you guys are referring those BTOs that we want to keep and have in the fleet. We believe in a family-oriented kind of company, and so when you guys are here, we consider you as part of our family. So we definitely want to have good BTOs in our family. Next, we have the 3 points that you get added to your BTO report card just for being here on the meeting. Meredith is taking down the names of the people who is joining us right now. We're going to be doing roll call in about 11 minutes. So if you're joining us right now, you get on the drawing for the $300 at the end of the meeting. You have to stay until the end of the meeting. That's one of the requirements. We're going to be pulling out the names, and then we're going to give you a chance to make sure that you are still here, to let us know that you're still here. And if you are, then you get your $300. If you don't respond, then we move on and we pick another name. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of the meeting for that. On the positive points, again, 3 positive points. So just for joining us today, you get the 3 positive points, and whoever joined us after the 15 minutes, then we'll go ahead and add you to the 3 points, but you won't be on the drawing for the $300, okay? The most valuable owner-operator, that's still coming up in August. We're doing three winners for that, and we're going to be doing that every month. First place is going to get $1,000. Second place is going to get $750, and then our third place is going to get $250. As stated on the previous meeting, we did say that PDP IT department and Peter are working on getting all of this together. Again, you know, August is when it's going to be coming up, but after that, we're going to be doing this every month. So I just wanted to recap a little bit on a few of the things that we talked about during the previous meeting. Again, we had the shipping specialist team on the previous meeting, and I just wanted to touch base on a little bit of the points that we talked about last meeting. Communication is really important, especially for the shipping specialist team. We want you guys to communicate with us, not only when you're booking a load, but also when you have any type of issues with a broker, a customer, or anything, you know, that might get on your way out there. We're here to help, and we're not going to be, hesitant on helping you if you reach out to us, but we do want you to know that we can only help if you make us aware of the situation. If there is anything going on with the load that you're on, any issues, any concerns, anything that you might need assistance with, please let us know. Please reach out to us. We're going to be more than happy to assist. It's just a matter of you reaching out. We understand that some of you like to communicate through email. If that is the case, send us an email. If you want to give us a phone call, then, you know, let us know as well. And you know, you call us whenever you need something. We call you if we need something as well. Load cancellation, that's another thing that we talked about during the last meeting. We're going to be touching a little bit on the customer relationships, and it's going to be also related to that. But it is important that you don't cancel loads just because. You need to have a good, legitimate reason for cancellation, and that reason cannot be, I found a better load. We are working really hard on not being blacklisted by customers or not having that possibility of booking loads with customers out there. So load cancellation plays a big part on that, and we also record those for PDP's internal screen of the BTOs. Yes. If you are canceling loads constantly, and we see that you are canceling loads constantly, and it's not the customer canceling on you, but it's actually you canceling the loads, we're going to be reaching out to you, see, you know, if there is anything that we might be able to help you with. Maybe we need to help you on better planning for your future loads that you book. We might say, hey, you are only allowed to only book one load at the time. You cannot book in advance. You know, we're gonna try and see what the problem is first, and then try and come up with a solution for that. So please understand that load canceling is definitely a problem that we want to avoid. Permits, we talked about permits, and we did say that we were gonna be checking on the different states for the alcohol permits. That's still the case. However, oversized overload permits, that's still something that we are not going to be doing ourselves. We prefer outsourcing that, and we prefer to send you guys to the two companies that have been doing permits for us. It's just like a whole different game deal when it comes to permits and doing all of that. So we're just going to continue to refer you to the two companies who have been helping us on that. Freight waves integration, that's still coming up. I know, like I said before, you know, Peter and PDP's IT team is working on several different things. Peter is all about enhancing the PDP website. He's all about integrating all of these different things, having all of these different tools and resources that you can use to be successful. Freight Waves is definitely one of the biggest projects that he has, and he's working really hard with IT team to have this available soon on the PDP side. So please stay tuned. We have a lot of things coming. We have a lot of new projects, you know, that are either already being worked on or that will be getting worked on pretty soon. So like I said, you know, Peter is all about giving you guys everything that y'all need in order for y'all to be successful at PDP as a self-dispatch owner operator. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let Meredith talk about a few points that we have here for the shipping specialist team. Peter is not joining us today. He actually went out of town, as you probably already know. I know some of you have been asking for him, but that's the reason why he's not joining us today. But he thanks everyone who's joining us.
Okay, I wanted to touch on making sure y'all send things to the correct email, because if you send something about billing to dispatch, billing isn't going to get to it like as promptly as you'd like to. Or if you send a rate con to admin, we're not going to be able to, us as dispatch isn't going to be able to get to it until admin notices it and they got to forward it to us. Just make sure everything's going to the right place, and try to make sure that you're hitting reply all, and it doesn't just go to our personal, because sometimes we miss things because we don't really look at our personal as much as we look at the dispatch. Because if it goes to dispatch, me and Maya both see it, other than just one of us. But and if you need like a TCS check or a lumper or anything, that needs to go to billing. But just make sure y'all are sending that to the right emails, and that's more for the newer guys we have coming on, and just kind of, I know a lot of y'all already know this, yeah. But also for after hours, everything, all the emails go to dispatch, because everyone has access to dispatch. So after hours, if you need a lumper, if you're like all your rate cons, repairs, everything, like send that to dispatch, because everybody can see that. And that's just for 5 to 10 during the week, and then 8 to 10 on the weekends. Another thing about expired documents. Y'all, please try to stay up to date on your documents, because if you have things expired, you can't book any loads, and we don't want that for y'all. We want y'all to make money. So try to stay up to date on those. And I know it does get annoying us sending emails about your documents being expired, but we're just trying to help you out. I know admin calls y'all letting y'all know about reminders like, oh, you got 8 days or whatever, but they're just trying to help you out, because we want y'all to be successful. We want y'all to make money. Also, when y'all are trying to book a load, and if y'all run into a broker that says something about we can't book with y'all, something about PDP, we can't book with y'all, let us know so we can call and we can try and figure out what's going on there and like mend that relationship. But and I'll ask y'all a question too later when we get to Q&A. That's one more thing I have, but that's all I have.
All right, my turn, guys. Maya here at PDP. Good to be here tonight. I'm loving that I'm seeing all these names, y'all joining in. I see our phone calls are working. I just want to reiterate on a few things. I know a lot of this you guys have heard time and time again, but the reason we keep bringing it up is because these are still things that we are noticing, okay? Shipping specialist is broad. I mean, we can touch base on booking loads, how to book loads. I can even go on about the market, which I will. But just to go over what Miss Meredith was saying, okay, your documents, very important. You cannot book loads if your documents are expired, okay? If you are having issues logging into your dashboard, please contact the office immediately, okay? Don't just use the excuse, I didn't know, or I'm having issues. I mean, guys, we've talked about this over and over again, okay? If you're having issues accessing your dashboard, or you're not receiving these emails, or you're a BTO that doesn't really pay attention to their emails, contact the office. Let us know, okay? And then moving on, customer relationships. Miss Myra, you know, hit on this point. Miss Meredith did. But I'm going to drive it home for you guys. This is very, very important, okay? We cannot book loads if you guys do not maintain these relationships. The way that you're going to do this is communication. 95, 98, if not 100% of this job is communication. Okay? Contact us if there's any issues. Contact us when you book a load, you know? Just keep us in the loop. It's very, very important, so that way we know what's going on, and especially if there are issues, so that way we can notify other BTOs, hey, do not book with this guy. Okay, you guys wanted information on who to book with and who not to book with. Well, I'm going to get into that today. Okay, we have a few. We actually had an owner-operator book with one, and we made sure to let him know, hey, there's hidden fees with them. And we'll send an email out, okay? I don't want to call anybody out on this video, but there are about 7 companies right now that we have been blacklisted with, okay? Some it's just specific locations, some it's the entire company. So that means any location, whether they're located in Nebraska, California, on the East Coast, the South, anywhere, okay? I will send an email out letting you guys know, but the only way I can restore the relationship with these BTOs is if we do it together as a team. And I'm not just talking about me and Meredith. I'm talking about you guys. I'm talking about BTO integration. Okay, this is a team effort. You guys are a part of that. As Miss Myra said, we're a family here. Okay, we got each other's back. I want to make sure that you guys get access to companies like Convoy. Okay, they are a really, really good company to book with. Okay, right now the market's good. You can average about over $3 a mile. Sorry guys, getting a little thirsty.
Hey Maya, I wanted to say 15 minutes is up, so if you want to go ahead and take a break really quick, we'll go ahead and do the roll call, and then we'll continue. So as promised, during the beginning of the meeting, and also, you know, on the phone calls that we made earlier, we are going to be doing roll call right now. It's been a little bit over 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure we get everybody's name for the drawing today. So first I have Dean Means.
So I was speaking about customer relationships. All right. Again, like I said, these are very important. There are 7 customers that we are currently blacklisted with. I will be sending out an email to let you guys know. But as Miss Meredith stated, make sure that you are contacting our office, letting us know when you come across someone that says, hey, we can't book with y'all. Y'all have been freight guarded. Or, hey, y'all have canceled too many loads. You guys aren't a reliable carrier. Or, let me see, performance ratings are very important. Amazon, Uber, a lot of brokerage companies do this. Okay, if they notice the load cancellations or the freight guards, things of that nature, they are, or bad reviews, they will not book with us. Okay, and all that stems from our owner operators for how we handle things here at the office. Okay, it's not all just on you guys, it's on us as well. So we as a team need to work together to make sure that we have this cohesive, let's see, understanding on how to be on every single load with every single broker. Okay, every customer. Canceled loads, as she was saying, please update us, let us know, okay, what the situation was, because if there was some kind of confrontation, we can notate that, we can let other owner operators know not to book with them, so that way it gives us less likely of a chance coming across someone that's going to freight guard us for no reason. You know, I mean, that does happen. Okay, so the more we know, the more information we can put out there to help other owner operators who come on with PDP. Canceled loads. There's going to be something that me and Peter, shipping specialist and Peter, are going to be working on, where I'm going to try and start sending out monthly emails stating a high volume of loads who have been canceled with a certain brokerage company. Okay, so that way you guys can be aware and more cautious when booking loads or booking ahead. Okay, so that way you guys make sure that you're leaving that room for error just in case something happens. All right, you're aware that, man, I got to really make this work because we've already canceled like 10 or 15 loads just in a month with this one customer. And believe me, guys, it does happen. There's over 90 of y'all. Okay? And if like 15 people cancel a load with one specific customer brokerage, I mean, because a lot of y'all book with some of the same people. It's not unheard of. Okay? And then we begin to look like an unreliable carrier, like, you know, we're constantly breaking down, or we're constantly, you know, canceling loads because a previous load canceled. Okay, this is trucking. These things happen, and sometimes these brokers understand, but sometimes we come across those who are just looking for any reason to blacklist, okay, to say it's our fault, and we want to avoid situations like that. Yes, and if any of you missed what I was saying, please feel free during the Q&A to ask questions. As I said, I'm going to be rolling out an email with the blacklisted customers, letting you know who it's with. And I do want to make y'all aware of someone that was approved through Apex that is no longer approved through Apex, okay? That is CMTS, Central Marketing Transportation Services. They are no longer approved. They used to have a credit of 5,000. That credit has now become 0. Okay, so please be aware of that. That is why we tell you guys, make sure that you are checking those credits, that you're running those MCs on Apex. Okay, it's very imperative. One company may be good one day, next day, different story. All right. Let's see. Oh, and if you ever are checking MC number on Apex and you see a little red exclamation point icon, click on that. A lot of the time it's telling you that there is fraud happening with that brokerage company, okay? And that they give you a number there to call to verify your load to make sure that you're not being double brokered. Okay, so if you see that little red icon with the exclamation point, please click on it. Okay, and that pretty much concludes what I was here to talk about with you guys today. Again, this is all just things that we are constantly noticing, and again, we have new owner operators who have come onto the fleet, and we want to make sure that they're aware of the process and what we do here to make sure that everyone is a self-relied, self-policed, successful owner operator with PDP. Okay, we care about your success here, and if we gotta explain it, you know, 4 or 5 times, then we will. Okay, and we will do everything possible to roll out new updates. As Myra was stating, Peter is constantly making sure that you guys have the latest news, that you guys have every piece of information that y'all have to move you into the lane of success. Okay, that's what we're here for. If you don't know something, please reach out to our office. Myself, Miss Meredith, our entire team, we are here to help you.
And I just wanted to touch base a little bit more on the customer relationships. I'm sorry. We can't stress enough how important this is. This is something that we have been talking about. We need you guys' help on this. We can't do this alone, like Maya said. We are working on bringing our CSA scores down. That's gonna play a big part on restoring some of the relationships with some of these customers who are not wanting to book freight with us anymore. Customers like Convoy, you know, if we get our CSA scores down, we can get back on them. We can get back on their load board. A lot of you have been asking, when are you going to be getting Convoy back? When are we going to be able to book with them? Well, you know, there is a process for that. Not only that, some of the BTOs actually failed on some of the loads, but then, you know, our CSA scores started going up, and that's one of the main reasons why we have not been able to get back on their load board. So again, you know, passing roadside inspections, it's important for you, it's important for your record, it's important for PDP as a company, but it's mostly important for you guys' success. If we're able to bring our scores down, that means better loads for you guys. That means better load opportunities, better paying loads. Anytime that you contact a broker about a load, the first thing that they ask is, what is PDP's MC number? As soon as you give them our MC number, what they're looking at is our rating. You know, they're looking at our CSA scores. They're trying to see if there is anything in there that can give them a red flag, that can say, hey, don't book with that carrier, don't book with PDP. And if they see that our CSA scores are going up and keep going up, they might actually turn you back on the load, and they might say, hey, we can't actually book that load with you. So it is important that we work together and we keep working together to try and bring them down. We have several things in place here at PDP that are actually going to help us on bring those down. One of those is the BTO report card. We're always mentioning about that. It's really important that you guys know what this is, because this is a point system that we have here internally at PDP. If you came on and your PSP report showed that you had 10 negative points from failing inspections, you know, within the last year or so, we're gonna go ahead and account that as your initial points with PDP. while you're with PDP, while you're in the fleet, if you get pulled over again and you fail another roadside inspection, let's say that you got an out of service for brakes or tires, something, you know, some of the major things that we've been getting out of services for, those will add points to your BTO report card as well. So you definitely don't want to reach the limit, which is 50 at PDP. You want to stay under, you want to keep them as low as possible. Someone who's coming on, we actually have a limit of 25 points. So anyone who's over 25, they can't even come on to PDP. And some of you guys have referred friends that unfortunately, you know, we were not able to bring on because they had over 25 points on their PSP. You guys that are on here, yes, you know, we want you to keep those scores down, but we also want you to know, hey, this is what the BTO card means. This is what it stands for. Yes, PDP gets triple the points. You know, when you get a citation, when you get a violation out on the road, PDP is actually being punished in a way 3 times as much. You know, your violation carries 3 times as much points as it does for you. So please understand that this is really important for us. That's one of the reasons why we implemented also the quarterly inspections, just to make sure that your equipment is up to date. We are paying for those. We keep reimbursing, you know, you guys for those, or we pay upfront if you give us a call and ask for the EFS. We don't mind paying for those because we know that when you're getting that inspection, your equipment is being checked, and we know that it's up to DOT standards. That's one of the main reasons why we decided, hey, we're asking them to do it every 3 months. Yes, I know it's a pain and I know it's hard. Sometimes, you know, you have a lot of things going on, but there's a reason for that. And the best that we can do is pay for it. Because we know that it's an inconvenience sometimes, but it's also part of what we're trying to do in order for us to get to where we want to get. The goal is 1,000 trucks. Peter's been saying it, and we strongly believe that we can get there with you guys' help. Everything that we implement here is for you guys. Every change that we make, every policy, every guideline, everything is for you guys and for you guys' success. I know that it sounds like, you know, we're talking about it over and over again, but this is really important for you guys to know, and it's really important for us as well. So again, team effort is what's gonna get us to where we want to be, and we need you guys' help on that. For being on the meeting, you get 3 positive points. So if you have any negative points before the meeting, you know that's 3 points that are counting actually on your favor. So if you're not having any negative points and you have positive points, hey, it doesn't hurt to have 3 more. You know, maybe you get an inspection next week, and for some reason, you know, you failed that inspection and you got negative 10 points, but hey, you actually had 15 positive. So at the end, you're not negative still. You're still positive on your points. So all of this information is available for you guys on the dashboard. You all can see the BTO report card. You all can see how many points you got in there. If you have any questions about it, give us a call. Admin is actually the department that handles that. We also enter accidents. So if you have an accident, if it's a DOT recordable, whether there was an injury, tow away, if there was a citation, you know, as part of the accident, we enter all of that information into the system too, and that also gives you points. If you're not at fault at the accident or incident, then no points are going to be added to your BTO report card, but we still have to document everything. So if you see an accident in there, and if you know that this accident was not your fault, it will state that in there, that there is no points added to your BTO report card. So again, guys, we need you all for this. We strongly believe that PDP can get to the 1,000 trucks, and we are going to be working hard to make sure that that happens at the same time that you guys are being successful within our company.
If y'all have any questions regarding, you know, repairs, or if it's, you know, your loads or getting set up with a direct shipper, anything like that, reach out to the office, please. We're here to help you guys. Any questions, whether you've asked it a million times, I just want to make sure that y'all are fully aware that that we're here for you guys. Okay?
I had
questions.
I had a question I wanted to ask y'all.
So if you all want to ask a question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I've allowed everyone to unmute themselves if you want to ask questions.
Okay, my question to y'all is, do y'all want us to, whenever we have brokers asking us for load updates, do y'all want us to just continue forwarding the email to y'all? Or would y'all rather us send them like your email and your like phone numbers? We were wondering what y'all's preference would be, because sometimes we don't get a response through email, but some of y'all would rather email. I just don't know what y'all would prefer.
Because I know a lot of the time y'all are in communication with someone already, so it would probably be easier if we just gave your contact information out. But of course, I want to make sure that we do that with your
consent.
Yes, with your consent.
Yes.
I was going to say blessing, but consent is much better.
Philip, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. You wrote in here that you have questions, so you can go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead with your questions. Keith and Gavin says email if it's TQL. LOL. Yeah, we know.
I understand certain companies, you just want email only. Understood.
So my question is there a process for bringing on more trucks to like, say, if I want to buy trucks and then I want to hire people to drive them or position them in a stable and use the trucks to move? Do you guys have like an actual process for doing that?
So for bringing on, so if you want to purchase your own trucks and put drivers in there, yes, but they would have to go through the same hiring process, of course, and they would have to meet all the requirements of PDP. But you're always more than, we encourage you guys to grow your fleet. That's what we're trying to do here. So it would be the same process.
Yeah, I was just curious if you ever followed up on that main access.
Okay, I'll answer that.
On which one? Oh, is this Kevin? Yes, Kevin, I actually was speaking with Miss Myra about that today. So I've scheduled a demo for them to show me their website and give me a tour so that way I can understand what it's all about. And I'm going to try and see if I can get some direct shippers. If I'm able to do this, I will for sure bring this up in the next meeting that Shipping Specialist has. Okay, but I will follow up with you more on it after I do the demo. Okay, because I've scheduled for one to happen. And as soon as I get that done, I'll follow up with you. Okay, and it is free. That's one thing that I did like about it. And it's new, and we're always pushing for new things and what's going on in the market, so I'm all for this.
So we actually have on our PDP side a space where we can put your information, guys, if you're a fleet manager and you are wanting to get drivers for your fleet. Other than that, we don't really have anything in place as of right now. Currently, whenever we get phone calls from a company driver who is not interested on becoming an owner-operator, who does not want to be a BTO, we usually take down their number, their name. We ask, a few questions, and we pass that on to any fleet manager who's looking for drivers. So if you, Philip or Keithan, want to go ahead and maybe give us a heads up on that and want to let us know that you guys are ready to maybe start bringing on drivers and maybe bring on more trucks and grow your fleet, we will be more than happy to pass on any information that we get from any prospective drivers that might apply or might just call to get information on PDP and don't want to be owner operators. If you want to be added on the PDP side, the home screen actually where we have like the equipment available, we have also an introduction in there for the owner operators, and then at the bottom we have a section for the fleet manager. So if you want your name and number to be there, we can put that in there. That way, if we have any drivers who are wanting to reach out to you for a possible position as a driver, then they can go ahead and do that. Like Maya was saying, the screening part is pretty much the same. we'll go ahead and process their application. We'll go over the record just like we did for you guys when you came on. The only part that is different is the orientation. We don't do a full orientation for drivers, for company drivers. We only go over the basics, and we don't touch any subjects that you don't want us to touch on. So if you don't want them to know about the dashboard, you know, we definitely won't say anything. But if you do want them to know about the fuel card, then, you know, we'll go ahead and go over that. So it's important that you stay in communication with us whenever you're bringing a driver on. Let us know, hey, I have so and so applying. That way, when recruiting gets that phone call, they're only talking to them in very specific subjects, like, hey, you know, you're going to be driving for Philip, or you're going to be driving for Keithon. He's going to be paying you. He's going to be, you know, responsible for making sure that you make your paycheck. You need to talk to them about anything that relates to that. And we don't give them any other information than that. We also have a policy within PDP. We do not recruit any company drivers that came on with a fleet manager for at least a year, unless you give us a release. So if you bring on a driver and that driver decides that wants to become an owner operator, well, he's not going to be able to become an owner operator within PDP unless you sign a release saying yes, he can go ahead and sign up with you guys as an owner operator. So it's important that you guys know this, because if you are bringing on drivers, or if you already have drivers and they think that they're gonna be able to get, you know, out of your truck and come on with PDP as a new owner op, that's not gonna happen just like that. We have a policy in place for that, and that policy says you cannot come on as a BTO under, you know, your own truck or one of PDP's trucks if you came on as a driver for somebody else. That owner operator needs to release you, and that release needs to come from the owner operator in writing before that driver can come on. Does anybody have any other questions?
What's the minimum requirements that a driver needs experience-wise?
On the driver, we do want them to have 1 full year of driving experience, and that needs to be verifiable. We need to be able to verify that. And, you know, the PSP, MBR, clearinghouse, all of that still applies just like it did for you guys. But as far as the driving experience, we do want to have a full year. Okay, Rudy's asking you guys sell tractors. We are actually not in the business of selling trucks. We do have a few trucks that we actually lease to you guys. Some of you guys are in our trucks. We're not buying any other trucks, at least not for now. But we do have a couple of trucks that are in the shop, and whenever those are ready and become available, we usually, you know, offer them out. Right now we don't have any right here in the yard, but if we do have something, we'll usually post it on the PDP side. On the home screen, we have a section for available equipment. Right now, the only thing that we have available is a few step decks out here in the yard. We actually have a waiting list for vans and reefers that we're trying to accommodate. As soon as we get a drive-in or a reefer available, we usually go to our list and call the next person on that list. Unfortunately, right now it's really hard to get drive-ins, and we have been saying this for some time because it's true. We talked to Compass, which is one of the rental companies that we've been using for years, and they pretty much told us we don't have any drive-ins. Waiting lists for drive-ins are like a year out, some, you know, even 2 years out. Even for like brand new trailers, their manufacturers are so behind that the orders are, you know, set for maybe the end of the year for orders that we actually had last year. So again, you know, we want to make sure that you guys have the equipment that you'll need, and we are working on trying to get more equipment available for you guys, but it's definitely not going to be trucks. We are working on trying to get more trailers for you guys at the meantime. And I wanted to clarify something about the $10,000 reimbursement that we have. I know that some of you guys were confused about this, so this will be a good chance for us to explain it a little bit better. PDP is now offering a reimbursement of up to $10,000 back when you finance and you purchase your own truck. This does not apply to any PDP trucks, and this does not apply to owner-ops who are already in the fleet. This is actually for new BTOs. We're trying to grow the fleet like we've been mentioning, and so one opportunity for somebody who's wanting to purchase their own truck and want to get some of that money back is to sign on with PDP. We're gonna be doing that $10,000 back in increments, and it says $10,000, but it's actually up to $10,000. You have to prove your down payment. So if your down payment was $5,000, then we're not gonna reimburse more than that. You have to provide paperwork on that, and you have to actually stay with PDP for a full year before you get any of that money back. At the end of that full year, let's say that you made a gross of $250,000 for that year, you get a percentage back on that. So that first year you might get $2,500 back from the down payment, and then the next year, on your 2-year anniversary, then you get another part, and it all depends on the gross that you make for that year. And again, it's important that you guys know that this is for new owner ops. I know that some of you called at the beginning of the week and were saying, oh yeah, we heard that you're doing this for current owner operators that are in the fleet. No, that's not true. We haven't done it for anybody yet, but we do have that available now for new owner ops who want to sign on with PDP and are able to finance and get their truck somewhere else. We're offering. So he wants to figure out the details, and if it makes sense for everyone, then I'm sure he'll be willing to work something out with you guys as well. So I'll let you guys know more as soon as we talk more about it. We're gonna go ahead and do the drawing. Okay, so we got 60 BTOs right now. I think at some point we were up to like 65, so that means that 5 of you have already left. So we're gonna go ahead and draw 3 names today. So let's all do 1 each, and then we'll call out the names.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes, and for those of you guys that say that you never win, hey, this might be it today, so don't leave just yet. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I'm not gonna look.
Don't look.
I'm not gonna look. Digging for somebody new. All right.
Okay. Who's going to be the lucky winner on this end?
Well, I looked after I pulled it. I didn't look after I pulled it.
That's not all I meant. Just to clarify. Okay. Alrighty. We all got a name, so we're going to start with Maya. Maya's going to go first. Go ahead, Maya.
All right. A newcomer with PDP, Zeb Witherspoon.
Yay!
Yay, Zeb.
Congrats. Zeb, are you here?
iPhone 7. I think he's still here. Yeah.
You hear Zeb? He is here?
All right.
Okay. Michael Willis.
Michael Willis. Yay. That's great.
I know.
I was gonna say, whoa, that's our barbecue guy.
Barbecue.
Just so you all guys know, we had barbecue
On Friday.
On Friday, Michael Willis, one of our BTOs from Oklahoma, dropped by and he cooked some barbecue for us. We can't stop thinking about that barbecue. That was so good.
Absolutely.
I didn't look when I picked that. So.
Yeah.
I looked after I picked it. That's what I meant.
But
His
thank
great
you,
barbecue
Mike,
had
for
nothing
the
to do with the
barbecue.
win.
Are you still here, Mike?
Yeah, Zeb said he's here. So
okay.
Zeb's good.
Yeah, Zeb, you're
Okay.
good. All right, Meredith. Looks like you got to draw a second.
Man, Mike.
Where is Mike at? Yeah.
Okay, I'm not looking this way.
Yeah, don't look. We said we were going to be fair.
He's still here.
Matt Shires.
Michael Willis is actually still here on the meeting.
Is he? Matt Shires is here.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have to claim it. I did tell them if you don't claim it, you don't get it.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
Matt
good.
Shires, you claimed it. You're here. The second raffle has gone to you.
I feel bad.
So the next one, it's Michael Acampora.
Michael, are you there? Michael and Campora. Awesome.
Alrighty, congratulations, Michael.
Our 3 winners.
Thank you guys for joining us. This will actually conclude our meeting. Our next BTO meeting is gonna be on August 16 at 6 p.m. It's always at 6 p.m. We're gonna be emailing you, we're gonna be calling you, so please guys join us on the next meeting as well. Again, you get the 3 points added. Everyone who is name we called is gonna get the 3 points for being here today, and those winners will see their $300 posted to their dashboard tomorrow. So thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you in August 16. Thank you.
Bye.
Get your down payment reimbursed up to $10,000. What? Up to $10,000 on your truck purchase that you financed on your own. And sign up to drive as a new self-dispatched owner-operator at PDP Trucking Inc. We pay you 85% on the load after each delivery that same business day. At PDP, you have full control over how, when, and where you drive. Press Learn More or the link description below for all offer details.